All right, what's stopping you from making money? You probably think, well, I don't have a ton of money to invest, or like I don't have the right product to sell on my e-com site. Like, no. Those are not the 5 mistakes that are holding you back from becoming a millionaire. I'm gonna drop them in this video, and when you kick them to the curb and fix these, you're gonna start making money faster than ever. All right, so the number one thing that you're not doing right in your entrepreneurial growth is you're not selling enough. Okay, so maybe you're a coach, right? And you're a coach and you're like, oh, I gotta go and make all of this social media content and I gotta create the perfect course and blah, blah, blah. And you never get around to actually selling. But understand that sales is the blood of a business, right? If there's no blood in a human, you die. If there's no sales in a business, you don't really have a business. You just have a little hobby. So my mentor, Mark Ford, his name is Mark Ford, but he wrote all of his books under the name Michael Masterson. And Michael Masterson, Mark Ford, wrote a book called Ready, Fire, Aim. And in Ready, Fire, Aim, he takes you from 0 to $1 million in the first section of the book. And he says, from 0 to $1 million, you must spend 80% of your time selling. 80% of your time selling. Now look at your daily calendar. What are you doing? You're answering customer emails, you're doing coaching calls, you're making social media videos, and even if you're an e-com person, you're probably checking out to delivery service or manufacturers, or you're trying to cut down on expenses, you're shipping the product yourself, you're updating your website. Are you actually selling at all? And you're wondering, why are the sales not coming in? It's because you're not spending 80% of your time selling. So what does that look like? Well, it means you need to be writing an email to your list every day selling. It needs to be, yes, you can make some social media content, but it must include a sales message, a call to action, and using my 3-step call to action script, which is telling them what they get, how they get, why they need to get it now. Okay, I've got that laid out for you in my Instagram course. And, because I'm selling right now, then you need to make sure that you are writing sales copy for your page, working on your sales script, doing sales role plays so that you get better at sales, and then getting as many people onto those calls. If you want to sell coaching or if you want to sell real estate, you must be driving people to the actual sales portion of the business. If you're just doing perverse forms of procrastination like updating your website, you're never going to get ahead. So fixing your sales machine. A couple of references and resources for you. Ready, Fire, Aim by Michael Masterson and The Ultimate Sales Machine by Chet Holmes. Start with those 2 things and you'll grow your revenue. The second thing you need to do is improve your productivity. If your morning routine is another perverse form of procrastination where you're doing yoga, meditation, interpretive dance, whatever that is, and journaling and gratitude journaling and freeform journaling and 5-minute journaling and 1-minute journaling and all of these things, you understand that the only reason you're doing that is not for the end result, but for the actual procrastination on the work that you're supposed to be doing. I know it. I'm calling you out on this, and I need you to take a good hard look in the mirror and understand that if you don't fix that and actually become productive and not a procrastinator, that things will not change. Okay? That 90-minute morning routine that I just outlined, there's no sales in there. And so what I teach people in my morning routine course, the Millionaire morning routine course, is we get up and we go to work early. We spend time drumming up business. It might seem like it's non-urgent important work. We call that NUI work. And that's stuff like, writing sales copy. That can wait till later. Right now I got to meditate, or I have to do my customer emails, or whatever it is. Those are urgent and important. No, those can wait, because you will get those done later on. If meditation is important to you, you'll make time for it. If answering customer service emails is important to you, and of course it is, you'll make time for it. But writing sales copy is hard. And so you put it off, you put it off, and you put it off. If you don't do it first thing in the morning when you have the greatest discipline, willpower, and intention, it will never, ever get done in the day. And 6 months later, you'll be like, I still haven't gotten around to finishing my sales copy. And that's why I haven't sold anything. And that's why my business is stuck and struggling down here in this painful prison. And I know you want to get to the promised land of profits. And to bridge that gap, you must be productive in doing your sales. So wake up every morning and as quickly as possible get into some form of revenue generating activity. That might mean putting another Facebook ad up. That might mean writing email copy to your list. It might be making an Instagram story with a call to action at the end with the formula that I mentioned before. So make sure that your productivity is focused around the growth of the business. Now, the next thing you need to make sure that you're doing is proper leadership. And you might be thinking, leadership? What does that have to do with growing my business? Well, in leadership, first of all, the first step is to automate, delegate, and eliminate. You need to automate things that can be automated. So you need to have your emails pre-written and set up in an autoresponder sequence. You need to delegate, which is understand what's not your job, and then find great people to do it. If it's low skill stuff, you go to upwork.com, freeup.net, fiverr.com. You find people from all over the world willing to do the work for a few dollars, and you assign that work to them. You delegate it to them. You show them, hey, I want something like this. You give them a model to work on. They send you back some work. You give feedback on it, and then they go and improve their work, and you have a nice system and setup for that. I have a friend who has a $10 million a year business based on software, and he found his software developer from Russia on Upwork.com, and that guy has made him millions of dollars because they work together well. He said, this is what I want. It looks like this. The guy gave him some work. He said, no, I want it like this, gave him feedback, and now that feedback loop is ingrained so that they get better all the time and they grow the business. You can find great people on those websites willing to work for a lower price than high-priced people that you're going to find on Monster.com or Indeed. Brilliant. In addition to the delegation, you need elimination. You must lead yourself. Self-leadership, elimination of bad habits, elimination of the procrastinations that we talked about, eliminations of all the things that are holding you back, the golden handcuffs that keep you stuck in the paycheck prison when you want to get to the promised land of profits. So you must lead first yourself, then you need to lead other people on your team through the delegation. And now, eventually you're going to get to the point where you're like, I can't do all my sales calls. So yesterday I was having a coaching call with one of my coaches, a fitness coach who's doing $1 million, wants to get to $10 million. His name is John Madsen, and he has an amazing program called athleticaf.com. And he was doing all of his sales calls up until recently. And he didn't have a proper formula to make it a sales factory, so I gave him the scripts. He's going to build that out. Now he's no longer taking any of the sales calls. He's got 3 salespeople. He's building high-performance team. He's going to coach them using my Management Rhythms Blueprint, our weekly alignment meeting, our goal set and review one-on-one meetings, and our war room meetings for his marketing team to get more leads and sales in the business. You just become a great leader. John actually played pro football, so he understands what it's like to have a great coach. And I said, John, you are now not the player anymore. You can't score the points. You're the coach that recruits great people, great players, and what you do is you coach them. You give an environment in which they can flourish so they can have an MVP season every season, and you're going to have a championship business. When you understand that and you become a great leader, both on the low skill level and the high skill level, that's when your income goes boom, like that. And that's what I want for you. Now, the fourth thing is you must improve your networking. I don't mean network marketing. I mean growing your network of valuable people so that when you go to events, when we get to go back to events, you're not the smartest person in the room. Just like when you go to the gym and you want to get really strong, you can't be the strongest person in the gym. If you are, you're going to plateau. Same with when you are in business. You must join masterminds. I'm in the 100 million mastermind group. Everybody there has a 7-figure. Most people have 8-figure and 9-figure businesses. I want to join that mastermind because I'm a minnow in an ocean of sharks, right? Business people who can show me how to become a better leader, better at sales, better at Facebook ads, all that stuff. So I jumped into the ocean, and you need to jump into the ocean. You need to get out of your little comfort zone because you're going to hit a plateau in your growth. So how do you do that? Join online groups, you join masterminds, you go to events when you can. You really work hard to speak at events because you want to have that position of strength that attracts people to you. You want to have on your social media, you give opportunities for people to join your team. I often allow people to become apprentices in my business. I give them free training, they do some work for me. Or we pay them a small amount of money to help them become better and improve their skill set. They might work for me, they might not. But now I have hundreds and hundreds of people who know how to write copy, run Facebook ads, and do video editing that not only can do stuff for me, but can also work for my clients. So I can connect a video editor with one of my clients who needs work, and it makes me look good and serves 2 other people. And then by speaking at events, I grow my network. Doing all of those things, elevating your status, makes everything in life easier. Not only have I built my business, it was because of my network that I was introduced to the woman, Michelle, who is the love of my life, who you've seen here on my videos, on my YouTube channel, and on my podcast, and on my Instagram, and on my Facebook, okay? So you need to understand that if you want to grow your business, you must grow your network. And then finally, you must grow your high income skills. The high income skills are selling, right? Learning how to sell on the phone or face-to-face, nose-to-nose, toes-to-toes. If you can learn how to sell in that situation, that's one of the most important skills that you could possibly learn. You can leverage that into millions of dollars, right? Because everything from business deals to getting your kids to brush their teeth is a persuasion act, and selling is essentially persuasion. The next thing is copywriting, which is salesmanship in print. So being able to write properly to move people to doing business with you. And this doesn't mean long sales pages or VSLs. Of course, it does mean that, but doesn't only mean that. It includes email marketing to your list, but also emails to potential business partners, text messages to business partners, stuff like that. Copywriting is key. And then finally, speaking. Learning how to do video, speak from stage, speak on podcasts, even doing your audiobooks. If you do an audiobook like this, it's going to be pretty boring and not persuade and motivate and inspire people. But if you have pitch and pace and tonality and variations in that, you can use that across all platforms, including making an audiobook sound amazing, making fun YouTube videos, having a powerful podcast, using it in your sales calls, all of those things. And so learning to speak properly and communicate properly is your third high income skill. So when you have all of those things in place, when you improve your sales, your productivity, your leadership, your networking, and your high income skills, the world is yours. And those are the 5 things that are going to help you become a millionaire. And when you don't have those, it stops you from growing your income. So over to you, my friend. Where do you need help the most? Drop a comment below or hit me up on Instagram at @RealCraigBallantyne. And if you want more videos on this, make sure you don't miss them when I make the sales video, the networking, the video, all of those videos. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and then go watch another video here on my YouTube channel. And I can't wait to hear from you and your success very soon.